we know, the Murder Mystery 2 Halloween event just released so many amazing items to the game. But guys, what if I were to tell you that even more items were made for this update, but unfortunately never released to the game? Usually every time a Murder Mystery 2 update is in production, a lot of items get made for the update, but only a small amount of them actually get released. But all of the unused, unreleased items usually get shown over on I Don't Have a Use's Twitter, and sometimes they're even shown in other secret places. So today I want to go over I Don't Have a Use's Twitter, where he talked about all of the unused Halloween items and even some more items that was only shown over on Discord. So guys, we are on I Don't Have a Use's Twitter right now, and as you can see, he made this tweet saying the Murder Mystery 2 Halloween update is out. Hope you love the skins and the new game mode, showing all the content I made for it in the thread below. So as you can see, we can see the stuff he made. Like, he made the thumbnail, which this looks amazing. He made the brand new vampire set with the axe, gun, and radio, and even the spirit. And yeah, I Don't Have a Use, for those that don't know, he makes all of the items. Basically every single godly, ancient, like radio, like even all the default skins is made by this guy. So this is one of the most important players in MM2 history because he's the one that makes all the items that we love so much. As you can see, he even made all of these items, default items and other collectibles, with all of the weapons. You can see all the knives, all the guns, all the effects, and even all of the toys. Even the brand new candy model was made by I Don't Have a Use. So, but if we scroll down a little bit, we can see a couple more items that were never released into the game. As you can see, godly/ancient item concept art. So we can see the art that was made for these godlies before they got turned into models, as well as some other designs that I suppose Nicholas didn't want to see in the game for whatever reason. We can of course see stuff like the vampire's axe, the spirit knife, and if we go to the right, we can see the soul gun, the vampire's gun. I don't have a use of concepts for the chroma because it's just a reskin, so he doesn't really need to do that. But as you can see in the middle, a lot of unreleased and like beta versions of these godlies and ancients can be seen. Like, as you can see, there's two versions of the spirit knife right here, which as you can see, it's very similar to the spirit knife, has the same color scheme, but I guess Nicholas and I Don't Have a Use liked this design of the spirit knife a little bit more than these two. And I kind of agree. I think this spirit knife is the best if you put all three of them together. But yeah, these other three items are probably the most interesting out of this picture right here. First, we can see a beta version of the vampire's axe right here. It was originally going to be a lot more black than it was before. Like, the vampire's axe we see today is a mostly red with some like black and gold highlights, but it seems like it's going to be mostly black with some red highlights, not even yellow at all. I think the current vampire's axe does look a lot better than this, but honestly, I kind of like this one as well. Like, this black and red version of the vampire's axe with like some cool design in the middle as well. I feel like they could have went with this as well, and that would have been perfectly fine. But guys, there was originally going to be a vampire scythe in Murder Mystery 2. Instead of an axe, we could have gotten a scythe in the game. As you can see by these two designs right here, there's two versions of a potential vampire scythe. And honestly, like, I kind of like both of these. Like, I feel like we could have definitely have seen a scythe in the MM2 Halloween event. I assume they didn't want to go with this because last Christmas we saw a scythe, and like the last time we got an ancient is when we saw a scythe. So maybe they wanted to do an axe instead, just to be a little bit more different. But I guess last Halloween we also saw an axe. We saw traveler's axe, and now we see vampire's axe. So I don't know. I feel like an axe or a scythe could have worked perfectly fine in my opinion. Like, I don't think either or would have been a better or worse choice. There's also a beta version of the vampire's gun as well, which is a lot more of a simple design right here. I kind of like this design of the vampire's gun. I feel like there's a lot going on in the vampire's gun. Like, the gold outlines like add a lot of detail to this gun, almost like too much detail. So I feel like this could have also worked kind of well, or at least like an updated version of this. But I guess the current version of vampire's gun is an updated version. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if this is a good version of vampire's gun, or is the original just goated. I don't know. Then I Don't Have a Youth made a tweet saying concept art for the lobby and vampire portrait for the map, which I guess something I Don't Have a Use has been doing recently, is that he's been making concepts for the lobby. I don't think I Don't Have a Use used to always do this. I think he probably started last year with summer because that was the first concept lobby we saw from I Don't Have a Use. So I feel like it used to be 𝔼𝕬𝕐 that like did the whole thing, but I guess now I Don't Have a Use makes the concept and 𝔼𝕬𝕐 finishes it up. But yeah, here's the lobby concept right here, which looks really nice. I think this is probably one of the best Halloween Halloween lobbies we've seen in MM2. Probably one of the most unique Halloween events. Usually it's just like a dead, gross looking lobby with like all the buildings being like broken and stuff. You kind of know what I'm talking about. It's sort of like a graveyard lobby like every single time, or like a fall themed lobby, but this is like a full-on vampire lobby with a very cool looking voting room, a very cool fountain. Like this is probably the coolest fountain we've seen in an MM2 lobby. This is definitely one of the best MM2 lobbies we've seen of all time. Like I feel like I don't have used to doing a great job making the lobby concepts, because I feel like the lobbies have been looking a lot better ever since I don't have used to been doing the concepts, you know? There's even concepts of the NPC guy. That kind of shows how much work was put into this, but there are 3 versions of the vampire here. I assume this is like the first one, this is the second, and this is the final one that's actually used in the update. The vampire was originally gonna look a lot uglier. Like, bro, what is that hairline, bro? Like, I know vampires do have this hairline a lot, but imagine if the vampire actually looked like this. He'd be kind of ugly. I don't think a lot of people like him that much, but then they updated him a lot by giving him better hair and like some more accessories all over him, which I do think this version looks a lot better. And this one's very similar to the version 2, just a lot more colorful and I guess a little bit more detailed. Somehow I have the gun in the lobby. I do not know how this happened. People in the round, I'm sorry, but yeah, here is the vampire guy right here. Definitely one of the coolest looking NPCs of all of MM2 history. I don't have Ethan been doing a good job of making NPCs that fit the MM2 style. In the last tweet we have here, this isn't everything by the way, there's still a couple things I don't have you showed off in the Discord server, but we also have some miscellaneous concept art right here. I don't have a use even did concepts for the UI. I didn't know I don't have a use did this, but I guess he does. And as you can see, there's 2 little concepts right here with like cool borders. Like there's a candle border right here, and there's like this gold outline border, which kind of matches with the Godlies. I guess Nicholas didn't use either of those concepts. He kind of just kept this like little plain UI here, I suppose. Apparently there's gonna be a ghost in a jar toy, which never actually got added. I feel like this would have been really cool. Reminds me a lot of the Firefly jar toy. If you click it, you can open up some fireflies. It'd be very similar to this, where if you click it, you can unleash some ghosts. I really like this Firefly jar toy. I feel like it's a very underrated toy in my opinion that not a whole lot of people use, but there's also a candle toy right here. I still don't even own the candle toy. I still gotta try grinding for that. But guys, over on my Discord server, I don't have a use of doing a little bit of talking about the update, and even showed some more unused concept items. As you can see, these 2 effects right here, which were supposed to be in the Halloween update, but was never added, bro. This effect right here, this effect actually got leaked, for those who remember, like back during the summertime, this effect got leaked. I'm pretty sure this one did as well. Like both of these effects got leaked for MM2, but I guess they were actually gonna be for the Halloween update. A lot of people predicted that, and I guess they were right, kind of. They didn't end up getting used though. Yeah, I don't have used it right here. I didn't put these in the Twitter thread, but I have unused effects, and there's also this one as well, which I'm pretty sure was also leaked many months ago. Like Halloween started production a long time ago, it seems. But I don't have a use then. Instead, most of them are in the magic book toy by now. There's 5 effects that the book toy can do when you use it, but probably not that exact effect. So yeah, I guess a lot of the unused knife effects actually got used for the spellbook toy. For those who don't know, if you click the spellbook, some cool effects come out of it. But I guess all of these effects were actually going to be used as knife effects, but for some reason never actually got used. Maybe there was too many effects. Nicholas didn't want to have too many effects in the game, so he didn't add all of them. But it's kind of cool that they're all in the spellbook. So these effects aren't really lost media. Like you can still see these effects in the game, which I think was a really cool way of recycling some unused effects, I feel. But yeah, guys, those are all of the unused Halloween concepts made by I Don't Have Use that was meant to be part of the update but didn't end up getting released. This happens every update where there are some items that don't get used. This is completely normal and something that's kind of supposed to happen, right? Like not every single item I Don't Have Use makes is going to be used in the update, and that is perfectly normal. So don't get sad that not every item was added, because they're not all supposed to. Only some of them do. Like that's supposed to happen. That's part of the process. Like you just gotta keep making concepts until you make one that Nicholas likes, I suppose. But be sure to let me know in the comments which one of these concepts would you have liked to see in the game. I really think a vampire scythe would have been really cool. Like maybe you could have saw a vampire knife evo, which could have been like a very like small thing. Like I feel like Nicholas could have easily done that, because a lot of people are hoping would see an evo. Like I know we already got a shop bundle, but imagine a shop bundle and an evo in the same update. That's never been done before. And even though that might be a little bit more Robux to pay, I feel like a lot of people would be happy with seeing that in the game, because people like evos, people like grinding for them, people like those untradeable knives they can only get from the event. I think those are really cool. Reaver is definitely one of my favorite ancients, and I do think Ice Crusher is pretty good as well. I don't like Ginger Scythe though. I'm gonna say I don't like that one, but most evos are actually pretty fire, and I think people will be down to see that in the game. I'm actually vampire, so I'm gonna try to finish this round real quick because I gotta get that candle toy. And I died. Gosh dang it, dude. I tried. But yeah, guys, that's about it to this video, so I'm gonna end it off here. So until next time, goodbye!